Swole here. So today I'm going to be talking about why this game is just burnt out. It's just not fun, and the game needs to have some directions, some changes in order for it to retain players like me. And there are plenty of players like me that just want to jump into a 3v3 or a 4v4, just have some fun. But unfortunately, the game forces you to queue up with the objective of either defeat the opponent's landmarks, which I still think is stupid. It should use the old Age of Empires 2 style gameplay. But my gripe today is about wonders, okay? Now, if I wanted to, I could rush a wonder, especially using my HRE 11-minute Imperial strat, which I do in pretty much every game. There's plenty of videos on my channel if you're curious how to do it. But my gripe is that in these 4v4s, instead of having epic battles with the big armies slamming into each other, you just wall off the game and then you build a wonder, and then if they don't, you know, have an overwhelming force of siege and cavalry units, you pretty much win or lose, right? So I'm going to spoil this match for you. I do lose this because the opponents build a wonder, and realistically, I was just using this match for walling practice, so I have it at 8x speed, and like I said, I'm just playing this match really to practice fast walling and just trying to be, you know, an annoyance and wall off the entire map. But of course, I gotta, you know, get that 11-minute Imperial Age first, and then get my economy booming, right? And this scout thinks he can kill my prelate, and here come the villagers, and then the one arrow from the main base takes them down. Pretty simple. But here in a little while, one of my opponents makes a wonder, and my allies, they don't do anything about it. I make some cavalry to kind of do something about it, but if you get population capped on cavalry, you have to either kill villagers and then build siege, and it's just not fun. Just the fact that the game can just end because someone built a building and then let it sit there for 15 minutes is just stupid. Now, sacred sites, that's another thing too. If you capture all the sacred sites, you can win in like 9 minutes. So it is a counter to wonders, but it's not fun. I don't play like an RTS game to build a building and defend it, okay? I don't play an RTS for those reasons, and here's me beginning my massive amounts of walls all over the place, which you will see are extremely useful at thwarting enemies from just running into your base and taking out your landmarks. But this game, there's so much work it needs to be done. There's just so many little bugs, like a keep, which is a defensive building, has an attack range of 8. And a mangonel has an attack range of 9, so you should be able to use mangonels to take out keeps, but if your mangonel attacks the keep will be able to shoot back. And the reason for that is because the mangonel will shoot the center of the keep, whereas the keep's attack range is from the perimeter. And what this means is that you have to use attack ground on your mangonels on the very corner of a keep from outside of the fog of war to even deal damage. It's ridiculous. It's just stupid, right? These are small things that are easy to fix, and this wolf is just attacking my wallers. But yeah, you can see that my walling is going to get pretty crazy here in a little bit. But okay, so now the enemy has built a wonder. They built it in the corner here. Not much is going on. Of course, they're going to put stone walls all over around it, which is fine. That's, you know, it's expected. It is a game mechanic. It is in the game. I know what I signed up for, because I did play this during the playtest, so I knew that Wonder Victories would be a thing in 4 versus 4s. Most players don't really tend to do it, though. They'll do it a few times, realize that it's pretty boring, and then they'll just stop, right? But the reason why I play these RTS games is so that I can amass a big army and then shoot things, right? This is fun. These nest of bees are just blowing away, well, they're blowing away the walls, but they blow away units, so, and that's cool, right? So I see the fact that the opponent made a wonder, so I'm queuing up several stables now so I can mount an offensive, and essentially, if I use any other unit other than knights, I won't be able to just run in here and torch the building down, right? Because I have to not only push through the middle here, and then fight 4 armies worth of players at a choke, then I have to somehow, within that time frame, move very slow-moving siege units all the way through all of these bases to get to the very back, and then take out the wonder, okay? So, one thing is, like, a lot of people like me, we're just not going to play the game anymore until there's game modes where I don't have to deal with wonders, okay? Like, I want to have a complete domination match where you have to kill all of your opponent's units, their villagers, and all of their buildings, just like in Age of Empires 2. Like, look how good that game has done in the past, like, 20 years. It is still going, it is still strong, it still has more players than Age of Empires 4, right? Even though this is the newer game. And this guy's units retreat. So we're fighting like a war on two fronts here, right? We got this guy, he's trying to push in. You know, Wonder Victory is in like, what, 8 minutes at this point of the game. We got these guys trying to push in. He's got, look at this is like several armies worth of people, right? He's also walling, he's got tons of Nestapes and Mangonels. Not something you can push with infantry at all. So I got my knights here. I'm going to slow down the video a bit. But I got my knights here. I was going to put a bunch of keeps up, but I didn't allocate enough villagers. But even though my knights get pushed back because he's got elite lancers, which are better than my elite knights, and he's got Mangonels and Nestapes firing into my knight line, which knights can tank for a little bit, by the way. I'm able to hold them back just a tiny bit. But you can see how many walls he's going to have to bust through. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, tons of buildings, 6, 7, and then it starts honeycombing from here. So he's got to bust through at least 7 walls worth of... he's got to poke a hole 7 times to get to my landmarks, right? And by then, you know, I have... How many stables? I have 63 stables. They can just pump units, just constantly pump units, which will, he has to stop and either defeat them, which will delay, or he has to, you know, like find a way to more efficiently destroy the walls. Like right now he pokes the hole through the wall, and he's in, right? So the wall held him back for a little bit, but he's got to do that several times, and he's got to move his units through these walls, or clear out all the walls, which would take time. Again, these walls are just a huge time stalling, and I have, what, 15,000 wood with over 1,400 wood a minute. Walls are amazing. You should really get used to just building walls. And yes, I'm aware if I built stone walls that these would take way longer to bust through. But I wanted to use my stone to spam keeps to hold them back just a bit longer, but that didn't really work. So I think at this point I still have knights. No, I have them rallied back here now. Okay, cool. And yeah, so he's destroying buildings. These buildings only cost 300 wood, so this is a nice little magnet of attention, so he won't be like creaming my landmarks. But if I had no walls, guess what these guys would do? They would just run straight to the landmarks. I would have died like 10 minutes ago without walls, okay? This guy is using horse archers, attacking a Nestapes, which doesn't take much damage. It has 11 armor for ranged units, okay? And these guys, I'm pretty sure they don't do 11 damage. They might. I try a Wololol here and I fail. This guy is so late on his on delivering this that I just ended up trying to use it in combat, but I didn't really notice in time, right? I wanted to delete a wall and get these guys, right? That's what I do here. I delete a wall, but he's got some palace guards that just kind of take them out really fast. Oh well. And then we got Wonder Victory in 5 minutes. At this point, you can't even run units from your base, break through I don't know how many walls he's got into the Wonder, right? And even though the chat's not shown, I'm trying to reason with the guy. I'm like, hey man, you guys are winning. Don't you want to have fun? Just delete the Wonder, rebuild it. You know, keep the game going. And he wasn't having any of it. He only cares about winning. He only cares about his elo, his stats. He only cares about his win-loss ratios, which I'm gonna be honest, those things don't matter 10 years from now. Now, a lot of people want me to play all sorts of different games, right? But my gripe with a lot of these games that people suggest is they are forgettable. I'm not going to remember this match 10 years from now. I mean, thanks to this YouTube video, I will, right? But in the future, I'm not going to remember that I wall off a bunch of, you know, I honeycombed the hell out of my bases and made some knights and sent them off to fight the front line, and then I lost to a Wonder. I'm not going to remember this. Because there's no, like, Kodak moment. There's no funny, lol, epic moment to remember, right? Unfortunately, that's how a lot of games are, and I don't play games to grind out a win-loss ratio. Yeah, if I wanted to grind out a win-loss ratio, I would just Night Rush every single game with towers. And I would have high elo, I would have a high rank, I'd have a high win-loss ratio. I would get the respect of 13-year-olds that think that's important. But it's not. It's absolutely not important. I run my knights up here to snipe a bunch of his siege units. Which, look at my knight's health right now, 324 HP. Look at their health bars when they take a mangonel. And there's some weird stuff going on with the lancers here, but anyway. So one mangonel shot did like 40 HP to this knight. My ally builds a wonder for some reason. I don't think he realizes that the enemy's about to win in like 3 minutes with their wonder. This guy's still burning a bunch of my stables, which I have 47 more of, by the way. So it's not a big loss. And yeah, I could retreat my units to attack, but at this point, I just A-move into his wonder, and my my AI of my knights, they run across this mountain here, realizing they can't get over it, and then I decide to run them back through the middle, which I'm going to speed this up now because this video is pretty much over, but an ally does eventually break down 2 walls, but by then, the wonder victory happens, and we lose. So, again, very forgettable game, very annoying, like, this is a $60 game. If people like me are frustrated, they just want to have fun and just play casually, you know, right? There's not even custom maps yet. At least StarCraft 2, Warcraft 3, they had custom maps where you could make little things like Footman Wars or Tower Defense, you know, and even today, I still play those and I still remember them because they're fun and they're hilarious, right? This guy, he's got some rams, he's going to ram down the walls, but it's too late. This is highly forgettable. This is just, it's not fun, it's a waste of 40 minutes. And yeah, the people on this team, they won, which is the objective, so grats to them, but is it memorable? Was it worth it? Is anyone going to care about this dude's win-loss ratio 10 years from now? No one cares about my win-loss ratio from Halo 2, which was it was the top .002 of the player base. It was, I think at one point top 50 in the world, just top 50 flat. I was a top 50 Halo player in the world. Halo 2, yep. No one cares. No one gives a crap. It's not memorable. It's not fun. I should have spent all of that time making friends playing those SWAT games or those weird little custom maps that people made and going to LAN parties instead of training for tournaments that was just for money and nothing else. I don't know why I put so much importance into it. But the point is that unless these kinds of like 4v4 lobbies take away wonder victories, you know, I want to hit, you know, find a match and not have to deal with wonders. I'm probably not going to play this game again, and I'm not saying that I'm rage quitting or anything. I'm just basically saying that that's all these games boil down to, is just make a ton of walls and make a wonder. And if your team has enough siege and cavalry, then yeah, you can absolutely win, but or counter the wonder, which I did in a previous video, but it's just not fun, it's not worth my time, it doesn't respect my time, and it's pretty forgettable. Also, let's be real here, these Age of Empires videos have not been doing well. They haven't been getting views. I don't know what's going on with the algorithm, or maybe Age of Empires 4 people only care about Le Pro Gamer stats and paying editors from other countries to do overlays. So I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm Soul Benji, thanks for watching. Let me know what game I should play. I know a lot of people have been requesting Lost Ark, but that game has the same problems. It's just PvE. You just go grind like snow dragons, doing 100 million damage, like, and flashy crap and AoEing down mobs. That's not memorable. I don't play those kinds of games for that experience, okay? I play like World of Warcraft so I could fight people. I played New World so I could fight people. Albion Online because I can fight people, actual people, you know, not snow dragons. Okay, anyway, guys, that's the vid. I'm sorry that's a little depressing one, but hey, at least it was short. Anyway, take care. Mwah, videos every day.